I'm Larry Anglisano reporting for Avionics News, a publication of the Aircraft Electronics Association and a good resource for avionics and maintenance shops. AIR Avionics has been delivering space-saving and electrically efficient multifunction displays, comm radios, and traffic systems to the European market for years, and recently partnered with Mid-Continent Instruments and Avionics as its primary U.S. distributor, with plans to penetrate the U.S. retrofit avionics market. The anchor in the AIR Avionics line is the ACD57 multifunction control head that has a liberal interface potential and high build quality. Here's a look. Now the unit you see here is a 2¼ inch clock mount, weighs under ½ pound, and it also functions as a round high-resolution multifunction display that integrates as an altimeter, VHF comm radio control head, and an in-development Mode S ADS-B transponder. The TSO-approved air control display has dual D-sub connectors and a pitot-static input port, and it communicates via CAN bus and RS-232 serial data. There's also a micro SD input for loading external databases used with the remote VHF radio interface. It can also communicate with third-party EFIS. In addition to the AIR AC1 AirComm transceiver, the ACD display can connect with a variety of third-party comm radios from Trig Avionics and Becker Avionics. Now, the AC1 radio has some unique features, including a Say Again mode. That won't work when using these third-party radios. Now, the display is compatible with the UAvionics Tailbeacon X ADS-B transponder, plus the Trig TT series transponders. Now, the ACD isn't touchscreen, but instead it has 4 soft keys and a couple of rotary knobs. Now, if you use multiple functions on one display, the soft key structure automatically adapts so that all functions are accessible with a single button push. There's no hunting through menus to find a connected LRU. It's really pretty smart. Now, another major interface for the AIR ACD is with AIR Avionics with the HealthView 2 Cockpit Biometrics Suite. That proves the liberal interface potential with the ACD, and we'll look at that in another report. And we're here with Van Winter at Mid-Continent Instruments and Avionics, the exclusive distributor for the AIR product line. And Van, you and I have talked off camera a couple times about this AIR product line, and you know, you're no stranger to good products, and obviously you recognize the good product with the AIR. What do you like best about them, and how do you think they're going to benefit avionics shops that don't know a lot about the product?
Yeah, sure. Thanks for saying that, Larry. Yeah, we are obviously very familiar with instruments and avionics. Came across AIR Avionics at Aero Friedrichshafen, had continued conversations at Oshkosh, some of our favorite shows, and we really liked the things that they were doing. They have a really well-designed product, a really well-manufactured product. Their software is excellent. But it's also designed for more of that experimental lighter aircraft market. So they do have a TSO, an EASA TSO, and a reciprocal FAA TSO, but they're at a more affordable price point than some of the stuff that even we do with our certified flex units and our SAM standby and all the AML STCs that we have with those. This was a really nice product that fit in that sweet spot of a market that we continue to grow into. We've got, you know, our higher voltage batteries, our lower voltage batteries, some that work well with the experimental aircraft. And this had not only that price point and that market fit, but also the features, you know, being able to offer radios now and being able to offer traffic, which are not products that we manufacture, was a really good thing for us to add to our portfolio. And then obviously the quality and design was just excellent.
Yeah, you know, as I look through the installation data on this stuff, it's got a pretty liberal open architecture. It connects via CAN bus and RS-232 serial data. But when I look at the hardware and the simplicity and the ability to save space, this ACD display has got an interesting install where you could stack a couple of LRUs onto the back of the display, right?
Yeah, for sure. So, building block architecture gets used probably too often, but it really is applicable to these products. That display is a really nice 2¼ inch size. They also have a larger display size, but you can fit the two boxes so that you're doing radio and traffic on the same display. And the boxes fit nice and flush. They're not too deep on the backside. Allows for a really kind of easy installation. And you can choose. You can choose if you want to put one box in there to just have the unit be a radio. You can choose if you want to have a second box to also have it displaying traffic. And they even have a software-enabled altimeter function that you can add as well. So it really just depends on what the customer wants to be installed. If they want a 3-in-1 kind of solution, or if they want a traffic and a radio to be separate, if they want the altimeter or not. And again, it's just really clean architecture, really well designed, which helps people that are installing it for customers.
Yeah, and also should stress that this product line is still kind of evolving, right?
Sure.
It is TSO'd,
Right.
the ACD is TSO'd, and so is a Cobb radio, right?
Yes, yep, they both are.
Yeah, and in development now is a Mode-S ADSB transponder?
Right. So the ADSB-in is already covered as part of the current design, and then AIR Avionics is working on a transponder so that they can do ADSB-out as well. Until that's available, their traffic box is compatible with Trig units. It's compatible with UAvionics units, and those are what they call additional features, kind of unlocks for those units that you can turn on so that they play well together. You're still getting the ADSB in and out, but you're using a compatible product.
Yeah. And what's the list price of the ACD display?
Yeah, the ACD display, the pricing's on our website. I brought my cheat sheet to get you the most up-to-date pricing, but the displays start around $648. And then if you're going to kind of bundle the whole system together, that gets upward of around close to $2,000. So it just kind of depends on the mix and match of what your needs are. But again, really competitive for those experimental and light aircraft.
And thanks a lot to Van Wimter at Mid-Continent Instruments and Avionics, and you can look for a full report on the AIR Avionics product line in an upcoming issue of Avionics News magazine. Reporting for Avionics News, I'm Larry Anglisano. Thanks for watching.